Hi and welcome to Andrew Says. All across the country, municipalities are being told to mask up. Hashtag put on your mask. Stay home, save lives, and all the other things people are putting on social media these days to try and gain attention for how great of a person they are. But what municipalities aren't doing is giving any thought to their declarations at all. No matter how many people are sick, infected, or in hospitals, no matter how many businesses are suffering, city officials across Ontario are copy and pasting each other's work with just slight differences, like a press release for an emerging new artist, with a hot new single ready for release, hashtag 2020 fire. Trust me, I know, I've written those. For example, Haliburton, Kawartha, Pine Ridge, Windsor, Essex County, and the region of Durham all have the same messaging. Despite having completely different population sizes in different locations with different coronavirus numbers, the same messaging. Windsor is 5 hours away from Kawartha Lakes. Durham region has a population of 680,000, while Kawartha has just 80,000. These are vastly different places, yet they all have the same practices and advisories. How can that be? Laziness. For anywhere from $116,000 to $180,000 per year, members of Parliament have never faced any challenges like this where they need to read, study, react, and pay attention to something that greatly affects the health, livelihood, and income of their constituents. But instead, for the topic of forcing citizens to cover their face, when most people are saying, "Why didn't you do this about 3 months ago?" they've completely dropped the ball. Even they know they can't actually enforce this, though. Quote, increasing scientific evidence supports wearing a mask when in closed public spaces, end quote, says Kawartha Lakes with no links whatsoever. While the science on the use of non-medical masks or face covering by the general public is not definitive, there's a growing body of evidence on the effectiveness of these masks to prevent the spread of COVID-19. That's from the region of Durham, who also cites nothing. None of these municipalities cite any scientific study or journal. They just say, oh, okay, very cool, let's copy that and use it for ourselves. Signed, your unelected health official. In Durham region, where you must now wear a mask in indoor public spaces, just 3% of cases in the entire region are unresolved. With 2 new reported cases at the time of this video, and a whopping 3 people currently hospitalized for COVID-19, a region of nearly 700,000 people are now being told masks are mandatory to stop the spread. It's kind of insane. Here's something else they all say for those who dare to remove their face coverings, revealing your hideous peasant face. For customers in store seen removing their face covering for extended periods of time, a verbal reminder to that customer of the requirement to wear face coverings under this order. A verbal reminder, that's the extent of the law here. The government doesn't have the right to force you to wear a mask, but private businesses can do their bidding for them. It's perfect for them. Hey man, don't be a jerk. Wear a mask or the government is going to find my business. You feel bad for them, so you do it. The government is using fear and social shaming to do things they otherwise wouldn't be allowed to do. Whether you want to wear a mask or not, it should be up to each private business, and ultimately each person. If I want to go to a grocery store that requires a mask, fine, that's their business. But the government shouldn't be forcing it. Of course there are exemptions that all regions share, children under 2, disabled, respiratory diseases, and of course religion. So let's play their non-law game here and tell you that in the province of Ontario, religion is also defined as a creed. Now, the Human Rights Code of Ontario specifically says service providers have a legal duty to accommodate people's sincerely held creed beliefs and practices to the point of undue hardship, where these have been adversely affected by a requirement, rule, or standard. But oddly enough, the Human Rights Code also doesn't define creed. That's kind of strange, isn't it? We can turn to Merriam-Webster, who defines creed as a brief authoritative formula of religious belief, or a set of fundamental beliefs, a guiding principle. If it's part of your fundamental belief or guiding principle that your government shouldn't force people to cover their face, then that's your creed and no one can stop you. Now, I'm not encouraging you to break the law. I would never do that. In fact, because there is no law about this. If people's lives are going to be affected and business owners bullied for not complying with the non-laws, we've got a big problem in our society and something needs to be done about it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and go to rebelnewsplus.com because we have tons of exclusive content, all your favorite shows, and more of all your favorite people.